Ellis, and I'm at Franklin Wine and Spirits. I'm actually with the Nashville scene. We're doing virtual cocktail experience. I'm really excited to participate in this project. My name is Kayla Ellis, and I'm actually with Gospel of Cocktail. I'm also the bar manager over at Oku in Nashville. I'm using Bar Alliance products. Ice is awesome. Okay, well, let's get into this cocktail. This cocktail is called Working From Home. I'm using Pusser's rum, which is a beautiful Demerara-based rum. It's kind of inspired by old-fashioned ratios, but we upped the ante a little bit. So we're gonna start off with some Angostura bitters. You need about 4 dashes of that good flavor and 2 dashes of orange. If you don't have pink Himalayan salt at home, that's totally okay. It doesn't take much salt. You can use less than a pinch. I'm actually just gonna do like about a half a crack of that. It's got a great flavor to it, and just like with your food, it will intensify all of the flavors of your cocktail. I'm gonna take a good peel of orange here. I like to go a little bit over 4 fingers width. And all of the oils and flavor are on the outside of that peel there. It's got a great flavor, so I'm gonna squeeze that in there, and then I'm gonna muddle it in. If you don't have a muddler at home, if you don't have a stirring glass at home, that's totally okay. You can use an oversized mason jar. You can use the bottom of your bitters bottle to kind of mash it in. Just don't break the glass and hurt yourself. That'd be very upsetting, and I'd be very sad. So after you kind of muddle this in, you really wanna get all of that oil out, break apart the orange peel, and by muddling it into the bitters, you're actually giving the oil somewhere to go, so it doesn't just stick to the glass or evaporate out of the glass. It'll go right into the it'll go right into the bitters. So you get done with that. I'm gonna add 2 ounces of the Pusser's rum. Now, if you like it a little bit sweeter, you can go to 1.5 ounces. That's totally okay. This has a great vanilla undertone to it because it's made with Demerara sugar, so it's gonna have some really good round flavors. I'm gonna add 3/4 of an ounce of coffee. There's all sorts of ways that you can make the coffee more intense. You can make a double brew. You can actually take your syrup and let it rest with coffee grounds in a tea bag, and that's gonna give you a really good flavor, really bold. So I don't know about you, but I've got peaches, canned peaches that sit in my cupboard, and I don't know what to do with the syrup from that, so I'm gonna use that in this cocktail, a full ounce of that. It's not as sweet as a typical syrup, so a full ounce will really do the trick. All right, I've got all of these great ingredients. Now I'm gonna use the Bar Alliance ice. Has very little surface area, and with all of that surface area, or the lack thereof, you're actually going to get very little dilution. It's gonna keep the drink extra cold and crisp, but not make it too watery. Now, I'm stirring it down with my favorite bar spoon, but if you don't have a bar spoon, that's totally okay. You can use a chopstick, you can use a straw. Those will do the trick. I keep the spoon to the back of the glass. The less I disturb the ice, the less I'm gonna be pumping air bubbles into it, so it's gonna be more rich and smooth and silky on the palate, rather than a shaken cocktail where it's gonna be more effervescent and light. We want this to be a little bit more dense and dark and rich. All right, I'm gonna let it rest on the ice for a second. I'm gonna let it cook. Now I'm gonna take this beautiful sphere from Bar Alliance, throw it in there, and again, it has very little surface area, so your drink's gonna stay cold and not get too watery. Has a great color to it, smells really beautiful and rich. And then I'm gonna do the zest of a lemon over the top. You gotta get this special ice, because once you have that ice, you're gonna feel fancy. You're gonna feel like you are at a party or at your favorite bar. I always do the colorful side of the lemon, not the bitter side, because the colorful side is where all the aromatics are, it's where all the flavor is. Throw that in there. Cheers, that's the Working From Home.